Whew, it's getting chilly out here. So, what are we going to
Uh,
talk about today, Andreas?
I guess the reason for that is because today we're going to talk about the North, uh, uh, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Episode 7.
Episode 7, yes. So, I would say let's just get into it.
Yep, let's get into it.
So, at the end of last episode, The Masks, we saw Ang and Zuko had a fight, right? And which Ang escaped, and then Zuko landed back on his ship. And that's where the episode 7 starts, basically. So, I think Lieutenant G heard talking that Osai is coming to the ship, and which Iroh thought, wouldn't be nice for Zuko. So he told him to leave the ship.
Okay,
And
do we remember why he thinks it's not a good idea if he would stay on the
because
ship when Ozai arrives?
I assume, since Ozai has given him these orders, not to show his face till he captures the Avatar. Maybe it's the thing of the pride, or the way he wants to do certain things, or maybe Ozai can, not let him do his things, basically. So maybe
Hmm.
he thought, it's the best idea for him to right now go away, not be on the ship, even if it's true, even just 1% of it is true. So he just didn't want to take any chances, and that's where I think he suggested Zuko to be, out. And turned out that, that was General Zhao's plan altogether. That was a false information that he fed to Iroh. And when Zuko was on the ship, the small boat, basically not a ship, he noticed some, what do you call, the diesel oil? What are you
Uh,
gonna call it? The
Blasting jelly, they call it.
blasting jelly. Yeah, that's the thing. So
And
he
again,
noticed
yeah,
that.
again, your Mac is doing the gestures.
That's just automated editing that Mac provides, whatever. So yeah, I was saying, so that blasting jelly, Zuko noticed that, and he noticed that in time, so he could jump and save himself, and so that's what happened.
Yeah, we see
And
that, but on the boat, they don't know about it. So Io
yeah,
really assumes that,
General
that Zuko is
Zhao,
dead.
yeah, General Zhao thought he's achieved his mission. Suzuko is now dead, and then he asks Iroh to join as his general. Now he's gonna take the command of raging this battle against the North. So
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Meanwhile, when Ang and his friends, they are on their way to the Water Tribe. Huh? So basically, they have two reasons. First of all, Katara wants to learn and improve her skills on waterbending, and of course, this is the next step in the upcoming war. They all assume that the Northern Tribe will be the next target of the Fire Nation, and also Ang probably wants to talk to the next avatar, the waterbending
Kuruk,
avatar, whose name probably is
Kuruk, yes,
Kuruk.
I think.
I think yeah, Kuruk. So yeah, and then they arrived there and they were welcomed with hospitality, as they say,
Mhm.
and they have a little party or something. And but Aang warns them about the upcoming war, but they are not very impressed with him because as he tells them, "Hey, I'm the Avatar, but I can only bend air so far." They're not very impressed because the Avatar,
Yeah,
as we know, can bend every element.
yeah. It's the classic case of you lie in your CV, and then when you land up in the job, they're like, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
I'm the best. I can do everything. I'm an
Yeah,
avatar. I can bend water, air,
yeah.
fire, and earth. But
The CV says the
actually,
Avatar. Yeah,
actually, I only can airbend right now. But don't you worry, it'll be fine.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, and then Sokka meets, of course, Sokka, our womanizer. Of course,
Hmm.
he has
He's
immediately
getting
an
the
eye
girls.
for the
Yeah.
daughter
Mm.
of the what's it called, the chief of the northern tribe,
Yeah.
uh, and what's her name? Yu. Her name
You.
is
Yeah.
Yu, and he recognizes that she has some was it a necklace, or what was it? Something like, or
Something. Yeah. That
yeah,
I think he saw on the fox's
some
tail.
jewelry
Yeah.
with the
Something.
three tails, the
Hmm.
three-tailed fox,
Yeah. 3 days.
or it's the same symbol as he already saw in the spirit world when he was encountering this fox lady that gave him some advice,
Hmm.
and then you reveals to him, yeah, she actually was that in the spirit world when she was talking to him, because she can be she can also enter the spirit world in her dreams, because when she was younger, she got injured and almost died, and they only could s- uh, save her uh, by sharing where the moon spirit shared parts of the spirit with her. So she's now half spirit and half human, mostly human, because she's living in the human world. So yeah, so that mystery has been solved. We were always a little bit curious. What's this with this fox all about? It was a
Yeah.
strange scene back then, and now this scene has been resolved.
True. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when they actually first showed that fox, I didn't know that it would have even, something more to it,
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
just that episode.
You could easily think that, but how they shot it with focusing on this symbol, I
Hmm.
thought, oh, I guess this will become uh, important in the future. So yeah,
Maybe.
and Aang goes to the avatar of the region,
Hmm.
so Kuruk, and talks to him and wants him to help him. Like Kiyoshi wants to, hey, take over my body and fight for me. And Kuruk says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm retired. I don't do that anymore. And funny enough, he also warns Aang that he should not rely on his friends. He has to do everything on his own, like Roku did and Kiyoshi also did. So
It's like a
we
common
are
theme so far.
sensing a theme here. Don't rely on your friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So meanwhile, in the Fire Nation,
Oh yeah. Then I think the story shifts to our sister of Zuko, the Lady Azula, I would call her, and she's been having a hard time, or I would say Ozai has been giving her hard time. She's been constantly trying to impress her father, and he seems unimpressed all the time. And she, takes this decision to say no to this what do you call it, the test that Ozai put for her to fight with one of his warrior, and she says no, and she shows some of her lightning skills. Even though I'm having a hard time remembering that one, but
yeah,
I don't
me
know.
too. Did she really do lightning? But yeah, it
Hmm.
can be, but I
Can
don't
be,
quite
yeah.
remember.
So, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, she is a skilled warrior. That is a given. She's very smart as well, cunning. She knows,
Relentless,
yeah, relentless. She knows
merciless.
how to get what she wants. I
Mm,
mean, she's, I think, everything in a way what Ozai wants Zuko to be.
right.
Um, but the only thing he struggles with is because she's a girl, and he has that patriarchal, I would say, mindset in a way that only men can do certain things and all. But now I think since Azula has showed what she can do, I think Ozai seems impressed, and he thinks, yeah, maybe she can be the one who can take things forward,
Mm,
if not Zuko.
yeah. But I don't think that the Fire Nation is very patriarchal, or that they don't let women do anything because there are female fire benders in the army. So I guess
And
it's not that difficult for a woman to be a firebender and a good fighter. They can do
Yeah,
that.
I
Other
would say
than
at least they are
other, yeah,
they are pretty modern in terms of that thought,
yeah, right.
more
I
than the
just
north.
wanted to say because we
Yeah,
immediately learned that in other tribes, like the Northern Water Tribe, it's completely different, right?
true, true, true. And I think the Fire Nation, I think, still struggles with the fact that finally, let's say, whom this all will go to. For example, if Ozai dies or whatever, who will be the one who will continue the his reign? So
Yeah, but
I think that's
that's
what really
common to
struggles with.
every tribe, I would say, or to every
Yeah,
nation.
yeah. So I think they usually prefer the men. I think we've seen it in many stories. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's like this, but yeah, this story is kind of like this. At least Ozai used to think this way up until now.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So
and
and
he's been disappointed in Zuko as well. So
yes. Yeah. So yeah. And then yeah, because talking about women having playing roles in an army and so on,
yep.
in the northern tribe, Katara tries to learn waterbending more, and she is assigned to a female master called Yagoda, if I remember
Mm-hmm.
correctly,
Yes, yes.
and she trains her in some special techniques, how she can use water bending to heal wounds.
Yep.
And Katara finds this quite interesting and good, and asks her, "Yeah, okay, that's nice, that's very helpful, but when will I learn how to fight?" And then Yagoda says, "What? Fight? Women don't fight. Women only do healing. They do not combat anybody."
Yep.
Okay, so and Katara doesn't like that because she wants to fight. So she asked Paku, the main waterbending master of the northern tribe, and he refuses. No, no, women cannot do combat. That's against our tradition. So go back to
Mhm.
your place, woman. That's basically what he says. And then Katara challenges Paku to a fight. I show you I can fight. I show you that women can fight too. So
True.
yeah, they do a little fight that in the end Paku wins, but he is impressed, and all the surrounding guys standing there and
Mhm.
watching the fight are also very impressed. But still, Paku is not quite there to say, "Yeah, you can fight." He still says, "Okay, but hey, you have to go to the women and
Yep.
help with healing and stuff." So yeah,
And I think the kids there, or even the boys there in the northern tribe, they were impressed by Kathara's
yeah,
skills. They all were like
yeah.
fanboying around
Right.
her.
They were like, "Hey, teach me how to do that. That's so great.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to know how to do that too." Which
Yep.
is
Yep.
funny because, as we have learned, Katara doesn't know anything. Yeah, she's not the best waterbender because she never had a teacher. So she
Yeah.
basically taught her everything on her own,
Yeah.
and still is better than most of the waterbending people in the northern tribe, although they have
Ah,
skilled trainers, which is a little bit. When I was seeing that, I was like, uh,
true. True.
how does she become so good without any training and teacher? Hmm.
Yeah.
That even the best waterbenders want her to teach them. Mm,
Yeah. I mean that's true. I mean, I also found it a bit difficult to digest because I would believe that part that she's able to teach herself everything. For example, if she was, let's say, sometimes it happens. For example, if you're the son of some great warrior, then you have some inherited skills, maybe in your blood or whatever, something that comes from your background or family history maybe, but she has none of that. I think her parents were not really a great water benders in a way that are like the
yeah,
top of the top. So I think she's not going to be having some of those family history, don't know, skills with her.
uh,
She's just teaching herself and she's not that good. I think
yeah.
that's the point
That's the
so far.
reason.
She wanted to
Yeah,
learn.
yeah. That's the reason why she's going there to learn more. But then
Yeah.
it turns out that
And
she already knows a lot of things. Nah, well,
that
anyways,
was quite ironic actually, that scene in a way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so yeah, but so yeah, in the end, then when Aang returns from his meeting with Kuruk, where he learned that, yeah, don't rely on your friends. Katara and Sokka say to Aang, hey, don't you worry, we're at your side, we're gonna help you, we are not going
Yep.
anywhere. But I don't know, Aang thinks, yeah, well, but that probably doesn't help me. But we will see. And the next thing we see is that the Fire Nation ships arrive at the horizon.
Yep. Yep. That's
So,
true.
what do you think about this episode?
I think uh, I liked this episode better than the previous one, the masks, I would say. Um, the one reason would be that we got to see a new world altogether, a new tribe. A lot of introductions were made. A lot of the confusions were also cleared. For example, who that fox was, and
Yeah.
the story around it was got cleared. And Katara somehow, I don't know, mysteriously was able to fight with the Northern Warrior Tribe master, so skillfully, and we could see now that she somehow would be able to contribute more in the battle,
No,
upcoming
it,
battle, right?
we should be happy that she did not win the fight. That would
Yes,
be
yes, that would be even more
unbelievable.
dramatic, yes, and hard to believe. And
No.
then our boy Sokka got another girl, you know.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah, yeah, and
Every in every he is a girl in every harbor.
yes,
Literally,
he's
this is a harbor
he
city.
wears his heart on his sleeve, literally, so he just keeps on giving it to everyone he sees. So I mean, I would say relatively this was more of an interesting episode, to know about, okay, this is how things work in the Northern Tribe, the battle is about to happen, so that was exciting in a way that the ships are approaching towards the end, I would say. And I would also mention like one thing. I mean, because I've never seen this Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoons, you know, and it's
Hmm?
primarily a kid show, so a lot of children watch it. So I also like liked one thing. Maybe they try to teach it to kids nowadays. For example, the Katara story where she's learning how to heal people with waterbending skills, but then she fights or at least rebels against, no, I don't want to just do that, I want to take part in the battle as well, I want to fight as well. I get I'm a girl, but I could be doing more stuff as well. So this is the kind of, maybe I don't know, this teaching they want to somehow show to kids as well, children, that a lot of some of the things are not gender specific. You can learn and get into stuff if you really want
Yeah.
it, and you can fight for your rights or things. So I
Yeah,
think, yeah,
that
that was nice.
you always see that they try to teach some lessons to
Yeah,
the viewer, and they
yeah,
assume that the viewer are kids, and
yeah,
that are valuable lessons. I would say, yeah, that's good.
true.
Yeah, trust yourself. Don't let any authority say that you cannot do something just because
Yep,
you are of a specific gender. That doesn't
yep, yep.
matter. So yeah, those are pretty good lessons for
We have
young
two
kids to
strong
learn.
female characters, Azula and Katara. Even though we have not seen much of Azula, but I think she's a great character, and she would
Yeah,
have
but
more to say in the
she's
upcoming
not
seasons.
she's not going to be a role model. You don't
No,
want
no,
girls
I'm not
to
saying you're correct in a way that Azula so far is not like a role model for any kid and should not be a role model. But I think there are some things about her character that stands out in a way that she's, she is ready to fight for her rights as well, just like Katara. There are similarities.
Hmm?
Katara is fighting for the good, she's fighting for the bad side, but there are similarities that both are willing to fight for their rights, and she's going up against his father as well, Oza
Yeah,
himself,
everybody is
and
Zuko as well. So, but
that's
yeah,
true. But
but
I'm
Zuko on
saying
the other hand has this anti lesson learned. That means is, hey, go what you like to do and not what others tell you, like Oza, your father, or your whatever.
true,
Because
true.
don't let them tell you who you are or who you should be. Be as you are. And the overall teacher in this whole series is Iro, because he's telling that to Suko all the time. So yeah, but according to what we heard about Azula and what she is going to be, there is still a chance that she gets her redemption arc. Like
I
Suko
think so.
had this redemption arc, still not finished because he's still not friends with Ang.
True.
But I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Yeah, and yeah, next episode is where we meet Azula again, but don't want to spoil it. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, well, yeah, the big fight, the big
it's coming. Yes,
ending is coming in the next episode.
episode.
See you then.
So see
Bye
you
bye.
then. Bye bye.